Hey guys, welcome back. It's part 22, I think. Part 22 of X4 Foundations. It's been like a week. Sorry I haven't put out a video really before this, but uh, I've really just been building up. Like what I said last part, that's what I've basically been doing, guys. I mean, it's so I want to show you though, because I'm at a point where I was visioning when I was describing it uh, before. I'm on the player headquarters right now, and I don't know if EagleSoft did an update or not, but it seemed like the stations they didn't have a whole lot of people running around. Um, but and I haven't really like just kind of looked at my HQ for a while, but it's pretty cool. There's a lot. There seems to be activity. It just seems a lot more lively. So I don't know if EagleSoft increased like did something, because I know I've had a couple small updates, but as far as Steam, um, so let's. I want to show you what I've been doing here. So I had those 3 smart chip plants, which I've shown you, and of course the player HQ. But I been building a bunch of ships, or not building, but buying a bunch of ships. Basically, I've got at least 4 buzzards, sentinels, 4 eclipse vanguards, 4 falcon sentinels, 4 guillemot sentinels, 4 Nodian sentinels, 4 Pegasus vanguards, 4 Perseus sentinels, 4 pulsars, 4 quasars, and 4 Theseus sentinels. There's 10 different types of small combat ships, and I got 4 each. That makes 40. And I made sure that all of my capital ships have that layout. That's what I kind of went with. I liked all the ships. It gives variety, and it gives variety too with the races, um, and me putting those orders in gets those shipyards also building, which uses up resources, which keeps trade going and the economy going. So I kind of really, it's not every single one, but at least it's 10 10 different types. So anyways, that's what I did with. I got a large combat ship, a behemoth, at each one of these stations. Uh-oh.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, at each one of these I got a behemoth, and those carry 40 small combat ships. So that's the layout I've had on all those behemoths and on my Colossus. Now my Colossus also has, I got my Colossus at the command, or my HQ. That one's got the same layout as far as small combat ships, and it's also got 2 Cerberus sentinels. Cerberus. See, 2 Gorgon sentinels, 2 Nemesis sentinels, 2 Minotaur sentinels. I'm still getting these medium combat ships filled, but 2 Minotaur sentinels, 2 Osprey sentinels. I think that's it. 5 different types of medium combat ships, 2 of each type, and that's 10. And 10 is what the carriers can hold. And so I was doing the same layout for the stations too, just to try to get like patrol fleets, like defense, some combat ships to defend my stations and the sectors and stuff. If you see here, these are icons and stuff, but if the smaller icons, it seems like there's not enough room for all the different types, because I've got traders and miners too and stuff. but I got 87. I think there's, you know, a few of those are small miners or medium miners, and then small combat ships. But yeah, so I've been loading those up. If you see here, these are all wings. What I did was every single one of my auto traders, well, you can see here, I added a buzzard sentinel to every one of my auto traders, large and medium, and every one of my miners for all sizes, all types. So each one at least has a buzzard right now escorting all those. I kind of want to increase that, just not just have one small combat ship, but at least everything's got at least, you know, got some protection there if they get attacked. These are still unassigned ships. This auto trader, obviously the buzzard got lost or got destroyed because now it's not in a wing anymore. So that's why I've got a few of these buzzards just kind of hanging out. So when that happens, I just go ahead and have that on there, and it's back in a wing, and it's got protection, and he'll, you know, go and escort that ship. I'm building, like I said, I'm still working on the medium combat ships to fill out the stations. My Colossus already has my Colossus is already filled, and each one of those medium combat ships too. Not each one. The Behemoth, the Cerberus, and the no, not Behemoth. The Cerberus, Osprey, and Gorgon can each hold one small combat ship.
Awaiting orders.
So those also have one small buzzard or one buzzard sentinel on those. I just put. I like the buzzard because it's got the most hull, the most shields, and it's got 3 gun hard points, so that I can have one missile or one. I got one torpedo turret in the middle, and then I got 2 bolt guns on the other 2. So I still have 2 guns, and also at least they can carry missiles. If I go here, that's my Colossus. Close that up. Well, these are all the ships that are at my headquarters. I've got these miners here, and I've got a few traders spread out too, different types of traders. But my let's see here, the buzzard, like I said, it's got the most shields and 3 weapon hard points. The where's the next one? Eclipse. I got that one because it's got the most hull and shields for the Argon, and it's also it's a decent speed. It's faster than the buzzard, but also it's got 4 weapon hard points. It's got 4 weapon hard points. So I've got 2 torpedoes and 2 bolts on those. Falcons only have 2 weapon hard points. They're decent hull and decent shields. I think it's something like 3rd tops on hull, and it's tops and shields. It's only got 2 weapon hard points though, but it is a decent speed compared to the other ones. So you know, you get balance. So that's why I kind of wanted a variety. So I got a variety of speed and you know, DPS and like tanking. The Guillemot, that one, I thought it kind of looked cool, but it's also it's a scout, but it's a scout that has decent speed and hull for a scout anyway. And I think that one's got 2 weapon hard points, if I if I'm not mistaken. These are just ones I've had since the beginning. I didn't put those on everything, the Kestrel, just because it's not really the fastest and it's not comparable with the Hall and Shields to some others. So anyways, the Nodin, I got the Nodin. It's it's a fighter, but it's one of the top in Hall. I think it's okay shields, not the top end shields, but I think it's okay on the Hall. But I also think it's really fast for the amount of Hull it's got. It's really fast actually, so it's a good balance, a good, again, variety. Um, the Pegasus, that is the fastest. The Pegasus Vanguard, I believe, is the fastest anyway. So I got that. The Perseus. Perseus is also, it's a Paranid ship, and I want to get some Paranids. It's also one of the top in Hall for the Paranid. And I don't think the Paranid ships are comparable to some of the Teladi and the Eclipse for the Argon and Shields. But it is decent Hull, and I think it's 2 weapon hard points.
Awaiting orders.
The Pulsar, that one, I believe that one has 4 weapon hard points. I believe it does. Yeah, the Pulsar, it has 4 weapon hard points, but it's not. It doesn't have a whole lot of Hull either, though. But it is pretty fast for having 4 weapon hard points. That's like your speedy DPS guy, definitely. The Quasar, I got them because they also have 4 weapon hard points. They're also Argon. Pretty average across the board as far as shields and speed and Hull, but it does have 4 weapon hard points, and I do like the looks of them. I really like the looks of all these ships. Well, let's see here. I don't know if this will really work, but let's see if I go to ships, combat ships, fighters, and Buzzard, like the Buzzard Sentinel. So, you know, I was reading on it was Steam forums. So I was just checking it out to see if they had a date for 2.0 or a release date for 2.0 yet. But I was saying that some people, I don't know, they don't like the look of the ships. I do. I mean they're different. They're definitely different. But they kind of have to be different with the cockpits and stuff. So they have to be different. But some people don't like the looks of them. I don't know. I like the looks of them. I think I've only got one of these elites. But there's the Falcon. I really like the way they look. That's the Guillemot.
Awaiting orders.
Here's Kestrel. I got a few of those, not a whole lot. There's the Nodian, or Nodin, not Nodian, Nodin. And I don't have any Novas. Oh, well, that is different. I don't have any of those. I have to buy at least one of them. Try to check it out. There's the Pegasus. That's probably my least favorite ship as far as looks. The Perseus, that looks pretty decent. I like that one.
Orders.
And each race has got its own look too, which I like. This is the Pulsar. Yeah, it's got 4 weapon hard points, and it's fast but weak. The Quasar, I like the look of the Quasar.
Awaiting orders.
I don't know if this is maybe kind of aging me a little bit, but there was a movie when I was a kid. It was called The Last Starfighter. And I haven't seen the movie for a long time, so this could be really off, but for some reason this reminds me of that ship. So it's kind of just a kid nostalgia thing. That's probably why I like the look of it. But I like the look of that one. The Theseus, that one's pretty decent. I think that's just about the best Paranid fighter is this one right here that I know of anyway, at least. But I like the looks of those ships. Those are all the smalls. I'll go through the mediums here. Here's the Cerberus, and you can see the dock up there. The Gorgon, you've seen me in that one. That's the one I've been using. Has a dock up there. The Minotaur is a bomber. I've got a couple of well, I've been buying those here. I'm buying them as we speak. But it's a bomber. So I've been loading these things up with just torpedo turrets. The Nemesis, I've got the Nemesis. There was one of those just landed. Oh, it took off. There was one that was here not too long ago. But those are the Guillemots. But let me pull this back up. But the Nemesis does look pretty cool. You can't really tell very well from this angle, but it's deeper down here in the middle than it is on the sides, and so it kind of I don't know. I like it. The Osprey. Oh, well, the Osprey. It's got the docking pad up there. The Nemesis, by the way, is called a Corvette. It's the only one I've seen that's called a Corvette, and it doesn't have a dock for a small ship. So it's a medium ship, but it's a smaller medium ship from what it looks like, if that makes sense. It's more of a, I think, more of a smaller gunship than a medium combat ship, if that makes sense. Well, more than a frigate. Those are considered frigates. So this is another bomber. I haven't really. I just started buying these, so I'm not really familiar with it myself. But that's a bomber. What else? What else? What else? What else? I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, so those are medium ships that I'm using. If we go to the Colossus, you guys have seen the Colossus there. Here's the Condor. That's Talati carrier. Here's a Zeus. That's Paranid carrier. And then you got the Behemoth. That's the large combat ship for Argon. Odysseus. That's Paranids. And then the Phoenix. That's Talati's. So what I'm doing is I filled up, like I said, all the capital ships and the stations with the ships that I told you about. I've got all these auto miners and traders with at least one buzzard for escort. Once these are built, I'll be done with those medium combat ships, really. So I'm almost done with that. So, but what I did do too is on the map, my ships, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemy systems. So what I'm planning on doing is I've only got one carrier, that's the Colossus, and I've got it docked at the HQ. I want it staying at the HQ. But what I'm going to do here is I bought a Condor, which is a Talati carrier. This one right here. And it is stationed right here in Company Regard. It's at the gate that goes to Scale Plate Green. So what I did was it's a Talati system here that leads to that. So I got a Talati carrier, and I filled it with Talati small and medium combat ships. Really only the Osprey as far as the mediums. Oh no. Only the Osprey as far as the mediums, but I got the other Talati small fighters in there, and it's full because it can hold 40 smalls, and it's got 50. What that means is 40 smalls on the Condor. There's 10, one of each on the medium combat ships. So, but in total docked right now, or the total subordinates, that's the totals. And then it is a carrier ship. So I've got the Condor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have one carrier fully set like that at each one of these gates that lead to these enemy systems. And the thing is, this is Talati, so I got a Talati set up. The gate that leads to this one here is Paranid, so I'm going to have a Paranid set up here. And then the gate that leads to this one up here is Argon. It's technically, I think it's under the Free League, but there's Argon stuff in there. So I'm going to have another Colossus, another Argon set up there. Once I do that, I think I'm going to I'm going to start an offensive fleet. Like, this is pretty much a defensive fleet. Like, long term, I want to have at least one dock set up in every sector, and similar to my HQ and my other stations, as far as either one or two capital ship docks, but 3 of the medium and small ship docks, and each one of those 3 are the 3 medium, 6 small types, the bigger ones. 1 luxury, 1 basic, 1 standard. It's kind of like this. That's just what I'm going with, just so just like I was showing you in previous videos, previous parts. But I want to have at least a dock like that in every sector, with ships set up like I've got them now. Those 10 medium combat ships and at least 40 small combat ships.
Awaiting orders.
That's my long term, to have that presence, and so at least I have a fleet in every sector. Ideally, too, I would want to have a behemoth in every sector, but I haven't really decided on. I don't know about that. That costs a lot of money. That's a lot of credits. So I don't know about that, but at least get those medium and small combat ships set up in each sector, each friendly sector. That's kind of longer term. I'm going to kind of build that as I go. I haven't really started that yet. I've only got these complexes right here, or factories, whatever. But so just kind of give you a long-term vision of what I'm seeing here. But that way I'll have, of each of the 3 main races, I'll have, capital ships set up at each area. So what I can do is, if I want to have some fun, just go ahead and just take it and just go in there and see what I can do, and then take the Paranid and go in there and mess with the Paranid ships and see what I can do, or Talati ships on this one and then Argon ships on that one. Because right now, with what I've done so far with my Colossus, my factories, is I kind of have a mix of all the races, but I kind of want to see have a little force of each race, just their ships, and just use their ships in battles and kind of see how that looks.
Awaiting orders.
But I still have my bases, all of them. So anyways, that's kind of what I was thinking about doing. And so I wanted to show you what I was doing and why it's been so long since I've recorded a video, because all I'm doing is, trading, making sure the economy's going, building money, spending them on ships. I mean, that's all I'm doing until this is built up. Because this is kind of what I wanted for, like I've talked about like having a base before, like an economic base and everything like that. Well, I want to have an economic and military base as far as like making money and defense to defend that economic base. And then I can go and do it like an offensive force and try to start taking over and building administrative structures to take over systems and sectors, and kind of play that type of game, that level game.
Awaiting orders.
So to kind of tell you how far I've gone, relationships here, or relations. We got +7 with the Alliance of the Word, 30 with Antigone, 30 with Aragon, 30 with God Realm, 25. So I'm almost 30 there with the Free League. 30 with Pontifex, 19 with Ministry of Finance. I just have one more to go, and then I'll be 20, and I'll have all the licenses with Ministry of Finance. Scale Plate Pact, I'm still -5. I can still trade with them as far as just general goods, to try to build that back up, because it's not that far from from the positive. I've thought about doing that, but I'm just gonna leave it, because I don't know. They would be the first non-Xenon, non-Cock race that I would go after. So I'm not really worried about them, and they're enemies with everyone. So +30 though with Talati. My stations are all making money, which is good. And what I do is they just go and I'll reset it almost back down to 20. I don't go below 20 for each of the stations, including the player headquarters. I haven't been able to find like an auto transfer command, like if I can just set anything that has over 20 million just transfer to my player account. I haven't seen a command like that, so I just been once in a while just bringing them back down to 20. So I got 50 million right now. My
awaiting orders.
Let's see here. My net worth is 1.4 billion. My total value of ships is 614 million. My total value of stations is 654 million. My inventory is 7 million. My cash is 50 million. The station accounts is 82 million. I've got 854 ships owned. Of course, only the 4 stations. I do want to start building stations too, because those are making me money. It seems like the stations, I just don't know if it's my game or it's just the way the economy is right now, or what, what the exact causes are, but it seems like my stations are making me faster money than all of my traders. And I almost have a large trader in every system or sector, but I don't have that yet, but I have like 30 of them. So I got 30 large traders. I got 46 medium traders. I've got 5 medium miners of what was here? There's my auto traders. I've got like helium, large and medium 1, large and medium 2, large and medium 3. So there's 5. So that's really 10 helium, 5 large, 5 medium. And I've got that for at least every mineral and every gas. I do have an extra 5 medium miners for every mineral. Oh, no, you know what? No, I don't. I took those back. That's right. I did take those back. So I really just have, I did like sets of 5. 5 medium ice miners, 5 large ice miners, and so on and so forth for everything. So just to give you an idea of how many like auto, traders and miners I have making me money, but it's just the pilots don't level up, so I don't know if am I flooding? Do I have enough traders and miners? Do I not have enough or too much miners and traders? Is it just because the pilots levels are at level 3, instead of 5? Is that why they're not making me that much money? Because the pilots can't level up, I won't know that until they start leveling up. Until I can get them at 5 max, then I can really see, what amounts of traders and stuff like that is kind of like most efficient. But without the pilot, with the pilot stuck at like level 3, I can't. I don't know what it is. This the pilot level, or because I have too many or whatever. So I'm just doing one large and one medium trader for every friendly sector. Is basically what I'm doing. Just so there's at least one of each in every one.
Awaiting orders.
So yeah. So anyways, that's kind of where I am. I don't think there's any. Got over 12,000 personnel. Let's see. Statistics here. My mouse is. I'm going to have to get a new mouse. This mouse has been acting up. So I've discovered 54 sectors and 43 systems, and that includes those, enemy ones. I have total value of trades 12.2 billion. Credits and trades. That's a lot of trades. That's a lot of trades. I've done 201,000, almost 200 trades executed.
Awaiting orders.
Station modules constructed 640. That's each module though. Laser shots fired 17,500. The ones that are hit 7,142. It's not really that good. My efficiency is 40%.
Awaiting orders.
Missiles launched only 10, and the hit efficiency was 70. See, I'm just now kind of getting into missiles. That last kind of that one invasion with the 4 behemoths and 1 colossus, I didn't have anything with missiles. So I been loading up torpedoes too on anything that had 3 hard points or 4 hard points. I was loading up with, as far as small combat ships, I put on the torpedo turrets, and the bombers I loaded up with torpedo turrets. So I have some more of those now than I did before. Venture ships sent out 46. Venture ships returned 37. I just got one back before I started recording, and it died. So you can see there I've lost 9. So 46. No. 37. Well, yeah, out of 46 trips, 9 have died. So anyways, but I've been collecting skin or paints and stuff like that on those ventures, and of course also these crystals and stuff and making money. I can sell those. I've got a few paints, but you come back with like maybe 2 or something on a venture trip. Sometimes a couple of 2 different ones, but so I've been collecting those on sending out the ventures. So okay, well, anyways, I kind of wanted to kind of just go around this headquarters a little bit, and also like kind of showing you what the ships actually look like kind of just how it. I don't know. Well, well, I kind of mentioned before, I've read some people don't like the looks of the ships. I like them, but it's kind of cool because Eaglesoft made this big sandbox, and there's only like I don't even know if there's
Awaiting
24 people
orders.
working there, maybe a dozen and a half. Um, so it's a small team, and
Awaiting
you know they
orders.
are ambitious, and this is the game that I've wanted since X3. It really is. I know there's bugs, but I know
Awaiting
Eaglesoft will also get those
orders.
fixed and straightened out. Um, so I'm not worried about that stuff. Like the pilot's not training, even though it is frustrating. I understand it's gonna happen here soon. Because I know Eaglesoft won't let that go for long. Also, the AI pathing. Sometimes you'll see ships go through, stations and asteroids and stuff like that. By the way, um, if you're playing this and that happens to you, just eh, don't end the AI. Let the AI
Awaiting
continue
orders.
going wherever it was going because it sees a path somewhere, and it won't hurt your ship. So just let it work itself through
Awaiting orders.
because it knows some way to get out. Um, if you try to find a way out manually, or at least in my experience, it takes longer. So, anyways, but those are probably the two biggest things, if I remember right now, that as far as Eaglesoft you need to get fixed. Definitely, pilots have got to be able to level,
Awaiting orders.
and the pathing. Just because, like, you look at this stuff and it looks cool. Like I can run up to that
Awaiting
ship.
orders.
I can go all over this dock. I can run up to this ship. And look at the scale of it. This is a medium ship. Now there could be, more variety as far as sound effects, and I would even say the NPCs. For Eaglesoft, it's decent. At least it's not as well, it's not horrible like Rebirth was. Um, Here, I'm just going to go in the cockpit here real quick, and I kind of like this medium. Is this? I wonder if this is a miner or if this is a trader. But anyways, this medium ship, kind of how they have it split up. So it's bigger than a small like combat ship or whatever, and of course it's not a large, it's not a capital ship, but it's still bigger. There's more room in here, which is cool. And like I can go anywhere. Let's go on a. Let's go on a Cerebus. I haven't been on one of those yet, so let's transport to one of those. Oh, this is cool.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking
Cerberus,
permission
sent now.
Yeah, this is cool. I haven't been on one of these yet. Of course, it's landed there on the docking pad. Huh. Uh-oh. I was stuck there for a second. Well, hello, crewman. Let's see here.
awaiting orders.
We go down to the dock area.
Awaiting orders.
Oh, you know what? I didn't want to go on this dock area. I wanted to go in the station dock area. Oops.
Awaiting orders.
Yep, that one. Come on.
Awaiting orders.
And what's cool too is the docks are the same no matter if it's owned by NPC or you. So I've got traders and stuff like that. Now I don't have Like I've got traders and a craft table, but I don't think I have anyway, a workshop like at my own station, because um, I can't have equipment docks, and I can't have shipyards. That's one thing. EagleSoft's got to have that included somehow.
Awaiting orders.
Either your player headquarters can somehow have, can somehow build ships, and it's limited to that, or you can just go ahead and buy as shipyard modules. However they want to balance it is fine with me, but you've got to be able to have your own way of building your own ships. If you want to get that big, the whole point of this thing is to get so big, you got to be able to have your own, in my opinion, just shipyards. Like if you're that big, you got that much money, you can support it, and you have your mining fleets and your trading fleets and your factories and all that stuff producing, and you want to do it, you should be able to do it, I think. So I'm hoping that's going to be implemented here sometime relatively soon. But what's cool is, there's Perseus, the Perseus ships. That's a Gorgon. That's a Cerberus. Or wait, no, maybe that's a Cerberus too. That's a Cerberus too. But if you see, like, there's people around. Like when I first started playing this, well, this is my player HQ, so I don't know if that's the reason. But this definitely seems more, populated, more activity, more things, more alive than the stations felt like when I first started playing this. So, anyways, but you can go anywhere, do anything, go in any fighter, go in any ship. Let's check out my Colossus. Said there. So my Colossus should be docked. Yeah, it's docked. This is my headquarters. You can see it up there. Huh. So we were, just, let's see here, would have been up. Yeah, up there. So I've got a capital ship E dock down here, and then there's the T dock capital ship up there, and then like right there, over there, those are the small medium docks. You can see that's the Behemoth is docked right there. This looks like a Talati ship that's trying to dock. That is the Venture sphere thingy. And that's my headquarters, self-sustaining headquarters, plus it produces a little bit extra food rations and medical supplies that I'm making money off of. But I still want to add on to this. I just want to make sure that I add on something that I want, like there's a purpose for it, not just adding to add. But this is it so far here. And then again, this is the Colossus, and then the dock down there. Well, let's see here. Actually, let's head up. No. Let's see here. See, I've got the standard docks. I got the 3 medium, 6 small luxuries, standard basic. This is the very first one when I first started. So I've also got this extra one here. I can go see my manager. I can go see the Boron there. This might be Behemoth. I can go on the Behemoth. I'm on the Colossus. And let's see here.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah. No. Let me go up here. Well, hello. See, they did, see when that happens, it's like, man, it just takes you out of the immersion. You know what I mean? Same thing when the ships go through things. I mean, because it looks cool. This stuff looks cool. Well, I don't even know what that one is. Because I've been buying these ships and trying to get this stuff going so I can record a video. I really haven't even checked them out myself. Is that? That looks like the entrance, I would think.
Awaiting orders.
The door's not opening. What ship is that?
Awaiting orders.
It's gotta be. Is it one of my ships? Maybe it's not even one of my ships. No, it is. Huh. I wonder why that door wouldn't open. I mean, that's a ramp. That's got to be the entrance. Well, that sucks. There's a bug. I should be able to go on there. Alright, well, anyways, what's over here? That looks like a Minotaur. That's the bomber. And it's got the torpedoes. I haven't really seen most of these ships as far as walking up to them. So I've wanted to do this, but I wanted to put it on video so I could show you guys, you know, if you want to see it. There it is.
Awaiting orders.
Now see, that one's not opening either. Well, that's not good. That's weird. Weird, because these are all mine. You can see the Rebel logo on those.
Awaiting orders.
Huh. I know I can transport on them, but I wonder why I can't just walk up in them. I should be able to. That's odd. That is odd. There's a Gorgon down there. So that's an Osprey. That's the Gorgon. That's a Minotaur. And then I think that may be a Nemesis. I think that one is the Nemesis. Could be wrong. Anyways, so you know you can just go anywhere you want, whenever you want. Let's go now. To be honest, I really personally like the bridges for the Teladi ships the most as far as interiors. The capital ship Teladi interior, like the bridges, like I like that glass and it's all open like that and it's big, like that. Just I like that myself personally. The Argons, I mean, well, I've shown you the Argons, but they're not as open, like as much glass. It just and that looks like more of a Star Wars Imperial type of look too, with these lines and then kind of the way that's kind of broken up. It's not exactly, but it kind of just has that feel, like this glass dome, you know, like a TIE fighter or something. But it's a capital ship. But the Osprey, you know, like these type of ships, they remind me of Eve what is it? The Amar, the mushroom ships. Kind of, it reminds me of those. But I like it because each race has got its own look, its own distinctive kind of look, which I like. So I like the way they. At first, I was just kind of like really, looks like the Amar, but I do like it. I do like it when you look at the different types of the Paranid versus the Argon and then the Teladi styles. They're very distinctive, so that's good. I do like that. And I don't know, I like the way the ships look, but like again, some people were complaining about them. But this is the Condor. Now, I've actually never. You know what? I want to take this over. I've never flown a capital ship yet. Oh wow, yeah, it's going to be slow.
Awaiting orders.
That's an inactive jump gate. Let's see here.
Awaiting orders.
There's an inactive jump gate. There's the jump gate that goes down. There's no.
Awaiting orders.
There's no enemy around here.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, but this thing, it feels like a capital ship, man.
Awaiting orders.
Of course, you can look around. The Teladi there, my crew, hard at work. And then of course you can. By the way, you can change your turret behaviors on the screen, but I get up, and then here he comes, the captain, strolling back in. Rususis, whatever. But I like the bridges of the Teladi ships. I don't have a Paranid capital ship yet, but that's the next one I'm going to be working on, so I can have it by the gate down there in the Paranid system. So, because I do like the interiors of the Paranid,
Awaiting orders.
at least the small ships, like let's see if I can just find.
Awaiting orders.
Perseus. Okay, and so, like, this is the Perseus ship. Like, I like the way that display is, how it kind of looks on the inside. I do like that look. I do like the insides of the Paranid ship, so I do want to get that Paranid capital ship going here. But as you can see, like, this is my headquarters, and it feels like a headquarters. You know what I mean? I've got all these ships. There's a whole bunch of activity. There's people running around. There's people, it's populated. It's fully staffed. Ships are coming in and out. It's trading. It feels like a headquarters. So that's what I like about this. I mean, it's not just, you get a headquarters. Oh, I got a headquarters. You get those some benefits, but here comes the AI again. Look at this. It's going to go right through. See, that's. Oh wow, it's okay. It's having issues. It's having some issues. You know how you put a square peg through a round hole? Well, you just keep trying, keep forcing it through. Just it'll get through eventually. But anyways, what I was about to say until that happened is that it feels alive. It feels like a headquarters, but it only feels that way with having all the support for it. And that takes time. That's what. So what I've said before, X Games, they take patience. You definitely need patience. So far, I think I am close to 450 hours of game time, according to Steam, on this game. So, and that's and this and again, it took me a week. Well, it's taken me a couple weeks here. I've been just trying to build up the fleet, really. Um, that's also why I haven't really made any videos, because it's kind of boring just waiting for money to be made and buying the ships. It's just the same thing. But I've been I'm of course going to record when I build more stations or more defense posts, or I want to have those carriers at each one of those gates, and so I just have to get a Zeus fully done down here and a Colossus fully done up here. So at least, like I said, I have like a defense fleet. So if like there's an invasion, I've got ships there, especially here at Holy Vision, because that's where one of my chip plants are.
Awaiting orders.
But I definitely want to have enough build up defense, because it takes time to build up ships, and if you don't have a defense set up already, if any NPC goes on the offensive against you, you're not ready for it, and it takes too much time to just instantly try to get a fleet going. So I wanted to have this kind of build up and at least feel more protected if something happens, before I start going on the offensive. But I do want to start going on the offensive to have battles and taking over sectors. So I'm not far from having that base of ships. So I'll be recording pretty soon here on just battles, having fights, and then also trying to take over sectors. And doing it with each race's kind of ships at a time. I want to see how that looks and does. So anyways, basically, again, sorry it's been a week for doing a video, but that's why I wanted to make this video, kind of tell you what I've been doing and show you how far the Empire is. I haven't just not been doing anything here. Even though life happens, I'm busy, but I have been working on this too. But it's going to get to the fun part here really soon, when I can just worry about battles, taking over sectors, but also being able to defend my stuff. That's the big thing. I just don't want to, if I go on the offensive, just for fun or whatever, and then take something over, and then they start taking my stuff over, and I'm not ready for it. I don't want that to happen. There's too much invested to not protect it. That's the big deal. So, anyways, yeah, and I wanted to show off some ships and just kind of give you the feel, because like I can go to any like the chip, like well, let me go to just one of these other ones here. Let me go to Holy Vision.
Entering system. Oh.
Oops.
Awaiting orders.
So that's the Quasar. I like the way that looks. Oh, that's the Theseus.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, that's the Theseus. I'm pretty sure. That's Perseus. Yeah, it's the Perseus. Let's go up here. That's an Osprey, I believe. I believe that's an Osprey. What the heck's going on?
Awaiting orders.
There's a ship landing. That's a miner, I think. I think it's a miner. But you know, anyways, I think this is really cool. I do think this is really cool because I know it. Well, let me just put it this way. I know what the head guy of Eaglesoft, Byrne. Byrne. Yeah, Byrne. I always mispronounce his name. And I'm sorry, but the feel of
For you to take off.
really building an empire, and then it's not just like having it like on the spreadsheet, you know, like on your list and stuff, and then doing invasions like this, but you actually go on all levels, like macro to micro. You know what I mean? I can walk up to an individual person and hire him as one of the crew member out of 200 on the Colossus. You know what I mean? I can go down, you know, to the docks to each small fighter. I can go and fly it. I can go to the docks where the medium ships are. I can use the transport system to go to my large capital ships, carriers and destroyers, and then go on those. I can fly those. I can eject from ships in space and EVA, and you know, I can build stations, and there's no limit. That's the thing. It's such a deep game, and it's one of my favorite all-time games. And I know once Eaglesoft finishes, you know, gets the bugs worked out and the balancing done and every feature implemented in the game working right, this is going to be my favorite game. I don't know if I'll ever play X3 again. I don't know. Like I love the Star Wars mod, but Mikhail is working on the Star Wars mod for this X4, and once he gets that going, I mean, there'd be no reason almost for me to play X3 unless for nostalgia. But the feel of X3 is alive in X4. It's not, you know, it's not exactly X3, but I like the changes, and it's what everyone was hoping Rebirth was going to be like. X Rebirth. But X Rebirth was a stepping stone to here. That's why it wasn't called X4. But this is the game I believe Eaglesoft envisioned, you know, really Rebirth being, as far as, you know, where they were headed off that springboard. So anyways, guys, sorry, this video, you know, it's a little long, but I kind of wanted to show you and give you a feel of how cool this is when you build this stuff up, because it can get grinding at times. Like I said, it takes patience, but when you build, it's so satisfying when you can really experience your empire, create it the way you want, stations, all that stuff. Do it the way you want and experience it the way you want, really. It really is cool. Very unique game. I don't think any other X game does this, or not just X game, but I mean any other kind of space game does this same depth and openness as X does. But so anyways, guys, hopefully pretty soon I'll be doing some more invasions with fleets and stuff, and trying to take over sectors. That's where I wanted to get to, because that's really a lot more fun to watch and a lot more fun to play too. But definitely thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.